Hello everyone, this is Sir Sankar, and today, dear students, we will see the first chapter of Class 8, The Best Christmas Present. And in the last class, dear student, we have read what Jim what Jim McPherson has written in his letter to his wife Connie. An author, he was reading the letter very curiously, and whatever the things were there in the letter we have already read. And now, after completing the letter, what the author he did, let's see this in the third part. It is there, and if possible we will finish. If not, then in the next class we will finish the lesson. Okay, let's read the third part. So what the author he did, he folded the letter again and slipped it carefully back into its envelope. In the envelope, he just put that letter in. I kept the author, he kept awake all night. He was not sleeping that night. He awake all night, and by morning I knew what I had to do, and by morning he knew what he had to do. So what he did, he drove into Bridport. He went there in Bridport, which was just a few miles away, and he asked a boy who was walking with his dog where Cooper Beaches was. He asked what where Cooper Beaches was, and he, the boy he told that house number 12, and that house number 12 ought to be nothing but a burned out cell. That house was burned, the roof gaping, the window boarded up, the windows also only it was covered with boarded up. You can see here, boarded up it is there. Okay, what is there? Boarded up. Boarded up means covered with wooden, covered with only wooden. That is called boarded up. And after that, uh, because of what, the house it caught fire, and that's why it was it burned. Then the author he knocked at the house next door. He asked the another uh, house, and he knocked there, and he asked if anyone knew the whereabouts of a Mrs. McPherson. So if anyone knew where Mrs. McPherson was, here again we got a very new word, whereabouts. Okay, what we got here, whereabouts. So here you see whereabouts. Can you see this word, whereabout? Whereabout means we can say the location. If somebody asks something, where about you live, no, like that we can say. So just like that, that author he asks where Mrs. McPherson she lives. Then afterwards he he oh yes, the person who lives next door to Connie's house said yes, old man. She said one old man, he said in his slippers that he knew her very well. She was very lovely lady, uh, a bit muddle-headed. Another new word it is there, muddle-headed. New muddle-headed. Muddle-headed means someone who remain confused. Confused we can say. Confused. Muddle-headed. Then, but at her age she was entitled to be. At her age everyone should be like this. That old man he told the author. So he is quite sweet, he a gentle lady, but little muddle headed, little confused, and he said that at her age everyone should be like her, because he was Mrs. Connie, she was 101 years old. 100 years old. Mrs. How old? Mrs. Coney, 101 years old. So she had been in the house. She was there. She was staying there in the house when it caught fire. When the house caught fire, she was there. And somehow, you know, no one really knew how the fire had started. No one knew how the house, no, it caught fire there. No one knew, but it could well have been candles. He said that maybe it is because of candles. Why it is because of candles the house caught fire? Because she used candles rather than electricity. She always prefer, Mrs. Coney, she always like to uh, make light in her house by using candles, because she always thought electricity was too expensive. Electricity is very expensive, she thought. So that's why she was using, she always used what what she used, candles. So maybe it is because of candles. The firemen had got her out just in time. Just in time, the firemen, they came and uh, got her out in time. She was in a nursing home now, he told me. And where the nursing home? The old man told the author that she was now at nursing home. Someone took her there in the nursing home, Burlington House. Nursing home, where it was, Burlington House, on the Dorchester Road. In which road that Burlington House was there? Dorchester Road, on the other side of the town. Just on the other side of the town, the nursing home was. So some new words were there. So I told you that burned out means destroyed by fire, boarded up, covered with wooden boards, muddle headed, which is, it is written confused, yes. So you can read that so that you will not forget the meaning of it. Okay, so again, what is there? The author, he went there, then he found Burlington House nursing home so easily enough. There were paper chains up in the highway, and lighted a Christmas tree stood in the corner with lopsided angel on top. See, he found that so easily because there was a Christmas tree stood in the corner, and at the top of that tree, what was there? Lopsided angel on top. Lopsided angel. Again, one new word we are getting here, lopsided, which is hanging, no, not in a good way, not in a balanced way, so just moving that angel, no, in the tree. So that is called the lopsided angel on the top. And the author, he said, he was a friend, and he want to see, he want to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. So just to give her a Christmas present, he was there. He was there, and to visit Mrs. Macpherson, uh, he came there. So he told someone there who is maybe a receptionist or something else. I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing, and he could see, the author could see in the dining hall that everyone were gathering there, and they were having a paper hat and they were singing. During Christmas they wear paper hat, right? So that type of hat they were wearing, and they were singing. The matron had too. The matron also, she was having, the matron also, she was having that hat mm, on her head, and seemed very happy enough to see me, and she was very happy to see author. She even offered him, she offered that matron also, uh, even she offered author a mince pie, so a traditional dish, that is served. You can see it, pie, a traditional, we can say, a dish that has been served during Christmas. Okay, that is pie, mince pie. She walked me along the corridor. So she was walking along the corridor. So dear students, you read this two stanzas that I have been explained, and I will give you these 2-3 questions of these two stanzas as a homework. You do it, and I would also come to know that how much you have understood after explaining these two stanzas. And in the next class we will uh, end up this lesson. Okay, today I stopped here this much only. Have a great day, stay at home, read the books, okay, and do the homeworks. So I stopped there. Thank you very much.